What's going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to kill every single boss in Last Oasis. Bosses are an essential part of progression, and if you don't have a big group with multiple walkers, killing them can be a little overwhelming at first. As a solo, I've killed every boss by myself, and by the end of this video you will be able to as well. So with that, let's get straight into it. At the time of this recording, there is currently 5 bosses in Last Oasis. The Papak gets introduced in week 3 on the Volcanion map. The Okkahm gets introduced in week 4 on the Sleeping Giant maps. The Gogo gets introduced in week 5 on the Kali Spires map. The Koa gets introduced in week 6 on the Asteroid Crash Site map. And then finally, the Long One, also known as the Worm, gets introduced on the final map in the progression system at around week 7 at the time of this recording. As the maps progress in Last Oasis, some of these bosses will appear on multiple maps. For example, the Kali Spires map introduces the Gogo for the first time, but it also has an Okkahm and a Papak as well. The Sleeping Giant map in week 4 has the Okkahm for the first time, but it also has the Papak as well, for example. For those of you who don't know how to use an automaton, let me quickly show you that. You're going to press B, you're going to go into interactables, you're going to select the automaton. Now when you aim it at something you can put it on, you will see that it will glow green. You will left click and it will automatically get put onto the weapon. In order to make it fire, you need to do 2 things. The first one being putting down an ammo chest, pressing B, go to containers, and going to ammo chest. The next thing is you're going to have to put the corresponding ammo type in the ammo chest. For example, the rocker takes the rock ammo, ballistas take bolts, repeaters take darts, etc. You can have multiple automatons on different types of weapons. You just need every type of ammo in here to fire. Then when you're on the sticks, you'll see it kind of drives like normally and it has the normal driving UI. You are going to hit left click and then you'll see in the top left the rocker appears, and then you'll see in the center of my screen it has that little aiming circle. What you are going to do is you're going to hold R, and you'll see in the top left I am slowly loading my rocker with ammo. That makes the time between each shot faster, and then all you're going to do is you're going to hit left click to fire. And as you can see, if you are moving, it won't always go where you are aiming, so be very careful. Alrighty, starting off with the Papak, just like with the rocker guys, you are just going to simply put 3 ballistas with 3 automatons. Depending on the walker you are using and the rig that you have, you can put either less or more. That's just going to determine how fast you can do this, but it works the same exact way. As you can see, I've loaded my ballistas, and I decided to go for a broadside setup. You can see all of my ballistas are on the left side, so I'm going to try to keep the frog on my left side. Make sure when you guys are doing this, you guys have a gas mask. The frog is a gas boss. It'll shoot gas bombs at you, and also it can do that. Its tongue attack can one-shot most players unless you go full health, so make sure you guys always keep moving and do not do what I just did. You can kind of see that if you are moving, you want to aim a little bit behind. If you don't, that is what happens. So yeah, all you're really trying to do is just run circles around the Papak, aiming a little bit behind it as you're moving forward, and just keep repeating that process, and that is how you kill the Papak as a solo. Now, in order to kill the Okkahm here, this is kind of the setup that I like to run. I like to run just a medium walker if I don't have access to the buffalo. If you do have access to the buffalo, I would highly recommend doing the same thing, but just on the buffalo walker. You're going to put the rocker weapon on the back of your walker, no matter which type you are using. And your objective is to run away as you are shooting it. Since all bosses run in a straight line, if you can't get it stuck on something, which I will also show you in a second, you just simply want to run away. As I flip my walker, your goal is to try to get it stuck on one of these big rocks in the middle. You want to keep shooting it as it's running straight at you. Sometimes it bobs and weaves like that. This might have been actually too big of a rock because I cannot shoot over it. There we go. You'll see it can't charge at you because the bigger the rock, the harder it is for it to get over it. So in theory, it should stay right here, and I should be able to just shoot it down. And you'll see even if you hit like the Rupu camp on top, it still actually damages the crab itself. One more shot. And there you go. That is how to kill the Okkahm as a solo. Next up is going to be the Gogo. We are here on the Kali Spires map, and the Gogo spawns in the center of the map. The Okkahm spawns on the right side, and the Papak spawns on the left side. For the setup, we are going to use the same setup as the Okkahm. By this time, people probably have the large walkers, you know, buffaloes, falcons, hornets, etc. Obviously, you are more than welcome to do it on those large walkers, and it'll probably be easier, but I'm doing it on the stiletto just so I can show you that it is in fact possible. You are going to use the same method we did with the Okkahm. Your goal is to get it stuck on something. It is slightly harder to get the Gogo stuck because it is bigger and the Kali Spires is overall more flat, but in the center where it spawns, thankfully there are some places we can still get it stuck. Now he's going to charge toward me, and then we're going to back up right here. All right, let's see if he gets stuck. So there's actually a chance he will get unstuck here, because if he turns a little to the left and goes that way, he might actually be unstuck. The ideal place for me to be right now would be over there, but I think this should still actually work. And if I was facing the other way, then I could angle down. This would be a little easier, but we're just going to keep hitting it like this. And what I could even do is back up a little bit so those don't hit me. There we go. And then you'll just keep doing this until it's gone. One more shot. And that is how you kill the Gogo as a solo. Alright guys, next up is going to be the Koa. It is going to be here on the asteroid crash site map, which comes up in week 6. You'll see it spawns here in the middle, and this is what it looks like on the map. For this setup, I'm going to be running the Buffalo with just a rocker on it. Again, at week 6, this is pretty far into progression, so you should be having large walkers by this time, even if you are a solo and you're actively playing the game. Even if you are a casual player, after 6 weeks, you should have plenty of resources for large walkers and rocker ammo. The goal with the Koa is you are going to try to get it stuck just like we did with the Gogo and the Okkahm. Now unfortunately with this footage, I tried twice to get it to aggro, but for some reason it wasn't actually aggroing properly. So it might be broken at the time of this video, which is unfortunate. But when you do shoot it, it'll kind of go into like this rolling animation inside of its shell, and then it'll roll at you pretty fast. When it does that, you just want to try to get behind a rock or a cluster of rocks, and preferably a rock pretty wide so that it has a hard time going around it. And then all you'll do pretty much is just sit behind the rock and shoot the top of it. You should see the top of its shell from the over the rock. So if you guys know what happened to the Koa, let me know down in the comments if it's currently bugged or whatnot. But the end goal is just to try to get it stuck on one of the rocks. You could also use the trees in the middle technically, but from what I understand, it actually can knock down and break the trees in the middle too. So just be careful with that. I'm not sure if that's currently patched or not. Alright guys, last but not least, we have the long one. The long one is the final boss that spawns on week 7 in the worm lair. There is not a boss icon on the map for this one, so it'll just randomly be roaming around the map. So you're gonna have to go on a little bit of a scouting mission for this one. I'm going to be using the Buffalo and a rocker for this one as well. And rockers, if you actually shoot it in the mouth, like while it has its mouth open, does 1,000+ damage to it, even for the ceramic tier. So one thing to note for this one is it has scales, which are its armor on the outside of it. So you're going to have to break off the scales before you can actually do damage to the worm itself. And again, another reason why I like the rocker is because it can one-shot the scales if it's white, green, and I believe blue. I'm not entirely sure on the blue, but definitely green and white. Now, as you can see, I already messed up a little bit here. So one thing you want to do is bring a lot of torque with you. The more torque you have, the easier this fight is going to be. The worm is faster than pretty much every walker in the game. When it comes to the Titan and you use torque, I think that's probably one of the few walkers that are actually faster. But there's going to be a couple different ways to do this. You can do like a circling movement while hugging its tail, trying to stay as close to the tail as possible. The other way to do this is get it to aggro you and then drive away using torque, and then try to stay in front of it as much as possible while using the torque. The only problem with the straightaway running method is that eventually it will catch up to you actually. So just keep that in mind. It can damage, any part of your walker, including the hull, which is why I recommend large walkers and not medium walkers. The large walkers have way more health, and usually they are way faster. And that is how you kill the long one in Last Oasis, guys. If you guys have any questions about this method or it's not working properly, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer any questions you may have. That's gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to see any specific tutorials or guides from me. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.